If your cat did any of these 5 things as a kitten, your bond isn't just special, it's for life. These aren't the usual signs people talk about. They're rare behaviors that reveal a deep emotional connection formed early on. Most cat owners miss them. But if your kitten showed even one, it means they saw you not just as their owner, but as their chosen person. Let's get straight to it. And if you love uncovering the hidden ways cats communicate with us, make sure to subscribe. There's a lot more coming that will change the way you see your feline companion. The first behavior that shows your kitten formed a lifelong bond with you is something we'll call the shadow phase. If your kitten used to quietly follow you from room to room, even when you weren't holding food or offering attention, that wasn't just curiosity. Most kittens wander on their own, exploring the world with wide eyes and fast paws. But when one chooses to stay close to you instead, trailing behind like a little shadow, that's something deeper. This behavior is rooted in how kittens bond with their mothers. They follow her not just for safety, but because she's their source of comfort and trust. If your kitten treated you the same way, it means they transferred that same emotional role onto you. You weren't just the human in the house, you were home. Some cats grow out of this habit, but the emotional imprint remains. That early decision to stick close, without needing a reason, is a sign of secure attachment. And cats with secure attachment often stay more affectionate, more trusting, and more tuned into their humans as they grow older. The second sign your kitten built a deep, lasting connection with you is something many people overlook: where they chose to sleep. If your kitten regularly curled up on your chest, your neck, or even right on your face, that wasn't random. It wasn't just about warmth or comfort. That choice was emotional. Cats are incredibly intentional about where they rest, especially as kittens. In the wild, they sleep close to their mothers and siblings to stay safe. So, when a kitten climbs onto your chest and falls asleep to the rhythm of your heartbeat, they're doing something powerful. They're syncing with you. Sleeping on your heart, where they can hear and feel your breathing, mimics the closeness they'd share with their mother. It's a sign of ultimate trust. No kitten would do this with someone they didn't feel completely safe with. And cats that bond this way early tend to stay deeply connected throughout their lives. They associate your scent, your warmth, even your heartbeat with peace. That kind of comfort doesn't fade. It becomes the emotional anchor in your relationship. The third behavior that reveals a lifelong bond might seem small, but it speaks volumes. If your kitten ever stopped playing just to sit and watch you, that moment meant more than you probably realized. Most kittens are obsessed with movement, toys, or chasing anything that crinkles. But a kitten that pauses their playtime just to observe you quietly is doing something different. They're studying you, connecting with you. This isn't typical curiosity, it's emotional attention. They're not just watching, they're reading you. Your face, your expressions, even your mood. Some kittens do this often, and it's a subtle but powerful sign of early attachment. Experts believe that when animals stop a natural behavior, like play, to focus on a human, it shows strong social bonding. And when that starts in kittenhood, it sets the stage for a deeper, more intuitive connection for years to come. Cats that grow up like this often become the ones who know when something's wrong, who sit with you in silence, and who stay emotionally close, because they've been paying attention to you since the very beginning. The fourth sign your bond was meant to last for life is if your kitten brought you little gifts. Now, we often associate this behavior with adult cats, like when they drop a toy mouse at your feet or leave a feather on your bed. But when a kitten does it, especially at a very young age, it means something even more meaningful. If your kitten ever carried a toy over to you or dropped something random near where you were sitting, like a sock, a leaf, or even a crumpled wrapper, that wasn't just play. It was an instinctual act of sharing. Kittens that do this are beginning to treat you as part of their family, part of their group. It's the feline version of saying, "Here, this is for you, you matter to me." It might seem small, but to a kitten, choosing to bring something to you is a huge step in social bonding. They're showing trust, affection, and even a sense of responsibility, like they want to take care of you in return. Cats that show this behavior young often become the ones who stay deeply loyal, who check in on you, and who never really stop thinking of you as theirs. The fifth and most powerful sign that your kitten bonded with you for life is something that not many people talk about, and that's if they comforted you when you were sad. If your kitten ever approached you when you were crying, feeling down, or just having a rough day, and instead of playing or being distracted, they chose to stay close, purr louder, or gently lay beside you, that was no accident. This kind of emotional response isn't common, especially in kittens. At that age, they're usually focused on themselves, eating, playing, exploring, but a kitten that recognizes your emotional state and reacts with calm, quiet support is showing something rare: emotional intelligence and empathy. They're not just reacting to your energy, they're offering comfort. They're choosing to be present with you. And when that kind of bond forms early, it shapes everything that comes after. Cats who show empathy as kittens often become the ones who seem to know when you're not okay. They're the ones who curl up with you when you're sick or sit quietly nearby when words aren't enough. They don't need to speak. They feel you, and they stay. This isn't just affection, it's connection on a deeper level. A cat who comforts you in your lowest moments is a cat who's chosen you, not out of instinct, but out of love. So, if your kitten followed you everywhere, slept on your chest, watched you instead of toys, brought you gifts, or comforted you when you were down, you weren't just raising a pet. You were building a relationship built on trust, safety, and something that goes beyond words. These moments might have seemed small at the time, but they were signs of something much bigger. A silent promise that your cat chose you and that bond will last a lifetime. But this raises a bigger question. Why you? In so many homes, cats will ignore everyone else and form a deep connection with just one person. Sometimes it's the person who feeds them. Sometimes it's not. It's not about who talks to them the most or who plays with them the longest. There's something deeper that draws them in. If you've ever wondered why your cat picked you and not someone else in the same house, there's a fascinating reason behind it. Click on the video that just popped up on your screen and find out exactly what makes cats choose one person over everyone else. What you learn might completely change how you see your relationship with your cat. I'll see you there.